and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America, and today we're talking sports and women's equality. Our guest is Collette V. Smith, the first woman assistant coach on a major football team. She coaches for the New York Jets and is an executive with the New York Sharks, the women's football team. She also coaches there, and she played for the team for 3 years. And thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're quite the anomaly, shall we say. You're a woman football player, and now you are coaching a men's football team.
Yeah, it's exciting.
One of the big ones.
Yeah, my favorite team, too. I grew up my childhood loving the Jets.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That works. And I see you're a company woman. You're wearing your T-shirt.
Absolutely. Respect to the Jets.
So let's talk a little bit about placing yourself in Black America. We always want to know, how did our guests get to this point of distinction? Where did you grow up, and what were your influences as a child?
I'm a little black girl from Queens Village, New York. And
Jamaica, Queens, right?
Not far. Not far away at all.
Right, okay.
Queens Village, and my parents, we lived in a little apartment. And then when I was in the 6th grade, my parents bought a house. And I thought it was this big mansion, and it's not. It's a modest home. But as a kid, I was very blown away by that. Look what my parents did for us. That resonated.
They bought a home. I've been back to visit my home too.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny. Well, even when I was growing up, I knew my room had to be the smallest ever constructed. But the whole house, is tiny. So that difference in perspective from being a child to an adult.
It's a big difference.
Right. So that was an accomplishment. Your folks had bought a house. What did your folks do?
My dad's a graphic artist, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom for several years, and then she was a sales associate at Lord & Taylor growing up. So then I got to see her go to work and get dressed up, and it just kind of gave me a sense of pride, and as far as I knew growing up, if you were a black girl or a black boy, your parents didn't have much going on. Well, mine did, and it was modest and humble, but it was respectful.
Right, so that you did not go, we were talking a little bit about playing this sports. You didn't play football as a girl, as many girls now. Yeah,
unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Back then, girls definitely were not allowed to play football. It was just something that was unheard of, and they were not going to allow that to happen. So I didn't start playing football until I was 42 years old. And literally, when I heard about the New York Sharks women's pro football team, I jumped off the couch, hit my head on the ceiling fan. I couldn't believe it. And I made myself over to tryouts.
Right. Yeah. And you tried out. Yeah. This is sight unseen, no practice, and you...
Sight unseen. I went out there to tryouts, and they asked you to wear cleats. And I'm thinking, well, I'm 42. I'm not going to make the team, but I know I need to go out there because if I don't go out and try out, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. So I wore snow boots. Because he had the most traction. I really didn't think I'd make the team, but when I got there and I saw all these strong, powerful women in full equipment playing football, my life was forever changed.
Right, and so that's the New York Sharks in Brooklyn, and so you went on the team, and now... so you must have been, though, even though you hadn't played football, in fantastic physical shape to be able to.
You know what? I was in decent shape. I was in better shape, but it didn't matter at that time. They chopped you up into shape. They whipped you up into shape. So I used to smoke cigarettes. Haven't touched one since 2011.
So it had many good effects on you, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
But now I read a story about you when the night before you knew that you had to go into combat, so to speak. That this was actually because this isn't dainty football that the women's league is talking about. You're really talking full on what do you call it? Contact.
Full contact tackle football. We have the same rules as the NFL does.
And so the night before you knew the next morning you were going to have to do this, I read that you had some reservations.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little scary. You're a little nervous about going out there. I mean, even at practice, when you're tackling your own teammates, it's not the norm to hit somebody, right? So it was scary. But then once they have that first hit, you love it. Either you fall in love with it or you detest it. I fell in love with it.
Wow. So that's what made you so good. But you spent 3 years.
Yes.
But there were knee injuries that you had before football.
Correct. I had double knee surgery. I have my I danced ballet for many years. And so my feet sit out a different way. My feet sit out like ducks. And in football, your toes need to be pointed in front of you. So you're not you're not showing somebody your direction in which you're gonna go. So toes in front of you, under knees, and it hurt me for years. And then eventually the third year, it caught up with me and my knees said, not anymore. So I had to get double knee surgery. And it ended my career. I still played a little bit more, but I wasn't an asset on the team, and ended my career, and I went into coaching.
So coaching and also representing the team and representing women's football, you know, around the world, which, you know, is terrific. But I don't want to gloss over this. I danced ballet for many years and then went into football.
I mean, you know, it's interesting because when I was a kid, I would mark myself somewhat as a tomboy, but I also like to be girly. So my dad made me go to ballet school, and I acted like I didn't like it, but I loved it. Right. So I did that for 9 years. I danced at Lincoln Center. I was solo, center stage, with Bernice Johnson Dance Studio.
Of course, of course.
And, you know, stopped playing. I decided to go away to college instead of continuing dancing as a career.
Right. I know that's a big choice. You have dancers don't often get to go to college, right? So they just they have to dance.
Right.
Right. Well, we have a video here that shows, because many people do not know that women are playing full contact football, that there are leagues, a team in every state?
Just about in every state. We have close to 100 women's pro football teams across the nation.
So pro, when you say pro, what do you mean? Define that.
Professional football. So we pay our coaches. Our coaches get paid, although it's not much.
Right.
We charge admission to get in, and we run and operate just like the NFL does, with the scheduling, with the leagues, with the AFC East, the AFC West. We run and operate just like the NFL does. So we're a professional women's football team.
Okay, so we have a video called "Society Says Girls Couldn't Play Football." Let's take a look at that. Girls are playing football.
You're too pretty to play football.
Oh, is it for the lingerie league?
Why are you playing football? It's not for girls.
You mean soccer? No, American football, real tackle football.
Champions?
Elite!
Nobody works harder.
Yes!
Focus on three, focus on three. 1, 2, 3.
Focus!
My name is Nandi Brown. I'm a football player. I started playing around 8 years old, and I ended up being the only girl on the football team. I've been around the Sharks since I was little too. I was like, oh, I have to be a part of this. I'm just happy to play. That's my big accomplishment, that I get to be a woman part of history.
I think we love this game so much and we love our teammates so much that we don't want to let them down.
Playing with women means I get to change my perspective on what a woman is or can do.
When I look at the news, there are no girls on there in athletics on television. Society tells you you're not supposed to, you're a girl. And I think at this point, it is my job as a coach and the job of my football team, the responsibility of us strong women to empower girls, to let them know that they can do anything they want.
Okay, Coach. So this empowering of girls, that you think that being able to do this, to play this, is a self-esteem practice.
Absolutely. It did that for me. So you figure, at the age of 42 years old, I discovered that I could love myself. And if it did that for a grown woman, what could that do and will do for a young girl? And so from that point, I think I started to embrace myself. And I want to share that with girls. So I do a lot of talking to kids at schools. I visit schools regularly. I started my own company called Believe in You Incorporated. And that's where I literally go visit schools in inner city, low-income neighborhoods, so kids can see someone that looks like them, and then they can start to believe in themselves. And it enhanced my life through sport.
So what about girls football teams, and, you know, for 11, 12-year-olds?
Yeah.
How's that?
Unfortunately, there isn't. There are not any. Well, actually, there's one in Utah, you know, and there should be. But at that age, at age 11 and 12, girls should be allowed to play with boys. And so more and more girls are starting to play, and they're not taking no for an answer, and I respect that, and that's empowering themselves, You know, so it's happening little by little. I think at some point, I would like to see women's football in colleges. You know, with the New York Sharks, we don't have a feeding system to pick from, like from a draft. Girls just come out, the women come out for tryouts. But imagine if we had women's football in colleges. Let's start with 2 schools in close proximity of each other and get some teams going, get some phenomenal coaches there, and start it off like that to grow this league. So it needs to be more well known.
Sure. Now, one of the things that that in reading your involvement in the league, the women's league, we see the discrepancies between the funding and the opportunities, and there is no, like in the basketball, there is no connection to the NFL. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, first of all, there is no funding for us women in football, which is so unfortunate. Any money that we have to come up with on our own. I don't believe the NFL does enough to support and promote women's football. At the end of the day, we are their sisters of football. You know, each state has a respective women's team, and there's a team there in the NFL. We're starting to come to life now a little bit, not enough. You know, and you think about Title IX, you know, the legislation that was enacted in 1972, and that ensured both women and men, boys and girls, to have access to federally funded educational programs, activities, and sports. You know, and I know through studies have shown that back before 1972, only 1 in 27 girls participated in sports.
Right.
Today, because of Title IX, by the way, it's the 45th anniversary of Title IX. Yes. 2 out of every 5 girls are now participating in varsity sports.
So that's progress, and we just have to. I mean, it might be you. Are you the one negotiating with the NFL to say what?
I'd like to be.
I do believe
I'd
that.
I'd like to be.
I do believe that.
Yes.
Well, I hope you get that opportunity.
Yes.
I want you to. We were talking a little bit before the show about. I said to you, well, so tell me, how did this happen? You know, you're the first woman. You know, and it sort of happened nonchalantly. Oh, by the way, we have a woman now on the team.
Yeah.
Tell us about that phone call.
You know, interestingly enough, when I was promoted to be the director of marketing and PR, promotions and events for the New York Sharks, I started putting myself in the public's eye more through social media. So I got involved in these Jets fan groups because I grew up a Jets fan. Now, I'm a Jets fan, but I'm not the girl that's going to be on social media talking about the Jets all day long.
Right.
But I got myself in there to give more exposure to the New York Sharks, to my team. And I had a lot of guys calling me, asking me advice about how do you start a football team, or, you know, how do you coach this, or what would you do about that? And I'm thinking, all right, so I'm fielding these phone calls. A gentleman called me, and I was not in the best of moods that day. I was very busy. And he wanted to talk to me about football. And when he said his name, and he was the executive director of operations for the New York Jets,
whoa.
I stood up a little straighter. I stood up a little straighter.
And you said yes?
Absolutely. And from that point, we started communicating, and he got me on-field access to the New York Jets, because he said, you know, Collette, ultimately, what do you want from us? And I said, well, you'd need a whole day for me to tell you what I want from you. You know, I said, but I'd be happy with you giving me equipment, because the girls have to pay for their own equipment. And I'd be happy with you giving me access to Jets practices so that I could be a better coach for my women's pro football team. And he made that happen, but not without some pushing. Because, you know, he said he'd get back to me, and then a week goes by, and I'm like, oh. So I started calling him all the time, and it happened. And then I got to talk to Todd Bowles, and we talked in length about football, and I was welcome to come out to the Jets practices whenever I wanted to. So I made use of that.
And so then that step for them saying, hey, come coach us.
Yeah, so you figure for almost a year, I was going to Jets practices, meeting the players, working with the players. Well, not really working with them, but I had my own ideas about what they were doing, and I would express that to Todd Bowles.
Yeah. So now what happens now when you're coaching these guys? I mean, what kind of feedback do you get?
Amazing. There is no negative feedback. They are all about being a better player. And at the end of the day, male or female, you're an athlete. And I'm a coach. And I've been in your shoes before. And I can pick up gestures, and I could tell them what they're doing wrong and what they're doing great and how to get greater at it. So the feedback from the guys is amazing.
So this has been a seamless. Well, there's been a couple of, as they would say, kerfuffles. I mean, bumps in the road. Cam Newton, who's with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Who, and I had to ask you, what's the pronunciation? Is it roots or routes?
Right,
It's routes. Let's take a look at that clip where he made an unfortunate statement and then apologized.
Yeah.
I know you take a lot of pride in seeing your receivers play well. Devin Funchess has seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes.
Well, we do know that it caused a huge furor, and he came back and apologized, and he said, I just didn't know that this would offend anybody.
Yeah.
And you felt essentially the same way.
Yeah, I took no offense to that personally, because quite honestly, it is funny. It's rare to hear a woman, a female, talk about football and routes and plays. So it is a little out of the norm. I took no offense to that. It's different, and he acknowledged that. And I think he's human, and I'm a woman, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So for you, being inside, you didn't think, I'm being diminished, or women are being diminished.
Not at all. Not in the least. And it's a confidence you have in yourself. And I think he actually brought more light onto things that, from his, let's say, the world says it's negative to a degree. He brought more light, and it's positive. Here I am now telling you it doesn't offend me whatsoever, because even when a woman talks to me about football, I'm like, oh, wow, cool. I didn't know you knew that. Right? So,
the advantage now is that we all know routes, right?
Right. Routes.
For those.
Yes.
And I was telling you earlier, too, that my family, my daughter and her family, they're all Giants fans.
Yeah.
They went to a game this Sunday and came back with merchandise, crazy,
Yeah.
So what kind of merchandise do the Sharks have?
The New York Sharks, we've got some merchandise. We've got hats and T-shirts and sweaters, blankets and scarves. We do have some merchandise. It's just not being sold enough. It's just not being sold enough.
Right.
Not enough people are wearing it. But interestingly enough, I know that when I started doing the marketing, I knew it was an uphill battle.
Right.
And when I first got on the team, I remember telling people, this is back in 2011, I'm a New York Shark. I play pro football. And they were like, who? What are you talking about? Today, people are like, oh, I've heard of the Sharks.
Right. Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn.
You're at the Aviator?
Yes, Sports Aviator Complex at Floyd Bennett Field.
Right, in April, though.
Yes, we are a spring league, so we play in, not to give any competition to the NFL.
That's right. You wouldn't want to drain away any of their viewers or their the people in the stands.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit more about the NFL. Serious issues, Colin Kaepernick and his taking a knee. What about the Jets? What happens at the beginning of those games?
We try not to get too involved in that. We're here to play football, and that's our mindset. So the guys, we talk about it before a game, and we understand what's going on, but it's not something that we are trying to keep alive, let's say. Just, we're trying to just diffuse it, play football. Play ball. We're here for that reason. I personally respect Colin Kaepernick. I personally take great pride, and I'm happy that he did that. A lot of people are trying to say he's tearing down America with the flag and is disrespectful. It isn't. Actually, taking a knee is a sign of respect for fallen soldiers in the military and for your fellow teammate who gets injured on the football field. We take a knee out of respect. And listen, our military fought for our freedom. And he's only bringing awareness to police brutality, slaying black men. And that's important. And I'm very proud of him. He took a stance for that. And moving forward, not a lot of people would do that, put their neck on the line for that. But he's using his platform for something positive. There's nothing negative that what he's been doing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's this whole situation is in a development phase. The things that have happened is that apparently television viewing is way down for the football league because
people are still watching.
What?
People are still watching. You mean viewership for the NFL?
Right.
People are still watching. They say they're not, but they are. They're watching.
Oh, now we have the inside scoop.
Yeah, they're watching.
Even though the ratings are down, they're watching. Okay,
yeah, they're watching.
So you have a feeling that, and that there is now a lawsuit, and so some of the coaches and owners, I guess the owners are being called in to testify on that. So it's a developing story. But it has, affected this country. I mean, to the extent, of course, of the President of the United States getting involved in football. How do you feel about?
I don't think he should have.
Yeah.
I think it's a waste of our presidency's time to be talking about this and to talk about it negatively, where even he is not even listening to what's really going on behind the scenes about why this came to be in the first place by Colin Kaepernick. You know, like I said, Colin Kaepernick didn't do it to tear down the flag or our culture or our American people or the military. It was about bringing attention and bringing light to police brutality, to stop it, to help it. And Donald Trump shouldn't. I disagree.
Okay. As a woman with opinions, I think that, and not afraid to say them, that's great. We have a video of a really impressive spoken word performance by AJ. It's AJ Plus is the company that produced it, Tariq Touré, and it's entitled For the Love of the Game. Let's take a listen to that now, because it follows up on your statements about what this is all about.
Okay.
I throws the ball, coach. I runs the ball, coach. I catches the ball, coach. I holds the ball, coach. I knows the ball, coach. I controls the ball, coach. But you owns the ball, coach. In this here field, in them there stands, in that there jumbotron, and them there fans, and oh Lord, my fans. You ain't got to ask. Just last week, I signed a grown man's forehead in the palms of his newborn's hands. Oh boy, they love me. On my grandmama's grave, they surely do. You know, a bullet be the only thing keeping this gang from me and you. God's got to be a gifted artist the way I've been picked and prodded. Since 16, I've been lean, whole hood know I'd get the farthest. Away from my fathers, away from coffins, away from slaughters. Can you believe USC wanted me? They only picked the hardest. 3-year starter, 2 All-Americans, banker's daughter. So this got to be a dream. See, where I'm from, you either hustle, get high, get hit, or hurdle defenders. But you take children with trauma and tempers, from August, December, blow a whistle, let them loose, tear limbs from the tendons. Only the strong survive here, you better remember, shoot. So me without a ball is Clark Kent without a cape. I knock a couple helmets off, they deposit in my papes. But wait, what you say? 44 shots, 3 of them to the face. Now wait. Did he hold on to the steering wheel? Was a smile up on his face? Did he say, yes, officer, no, officer, please check my registration and my plates? Oh, no, you know how we be bucking the law. Too much damn attitude, get them weapons involved. But you saying he was unarmed and fitted description, wasn't no shaking it off? They were looking for a 6'4", 245-pound black male to be exact. And he was reaching for his license and got rounds up in his back, loud sounds and then collapse. Well, look at here, we got to do something. I mean, something's got to shake. That could be me, arms folded, cousins getting consoled, and everybody huddled at my wake. But my job is just to play. Plus my foundation did 10,000 turkeys in the hood last year. What's more for me to say? Now, I don't want to get cornered in debate, but there's a mortgage in the way. It's how I afforded the estate. But could I be mortgaging my play? Could my legs be the leverage that makes owners more cordial with the tape? And is a mouth wide shut and blind eyes open help absorbing all the hate? This game is all I've had for my escape. And I escaped. But I assure you, they love me. Surely they understand today. So when I take this knee, as the anthem starts to play, you think they could look at me with this passion in my face and truly be able to say, this was the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow.
Wow. Powerful.
It's deep.
Powerful.
It is.
Powerful.
It's very powerful. that just goes along the line of, like I said, what sports can do for you. And we need something to put our minds to, and football is good. Football is great. And it's great for kids. It's great. It was great for me. It's extremely important just to bring light on things. That's deep. That's very powerful. That's something I would like to show some of the kids that I visit at schools.
Sure.
You know, this whole thing, you know, when I speak to these kids, sports keeps kids off the streets. And I think about every kid that is not involved in any kind, in some form of sport, they are going to have the greater possibility of getting into harm's way in the world today. Let's be real. We're still overlooked. We black people, we are still overlooked. And sports is a way for us to be looked at.
Exactly.
And to help ourselves.
And to help ourselves, exactly.
Yeah.
I hope you'll come back because we're near the end of the show. But before you go, we always ask our guests to finish the statement. The power, the strength of Black America lies in. How would you?
In us, in every one of us, pulling each other up, looking back to bring them forward, making tomorrow better today.
Who did that for you? What did that for you?
My family, my life, me looking and knowing other black people struggle and work hard every day and still not being where we should be, most of us. There are more good than bad out there, and it seems like the underdog is still the underdog, you know, and a few of us can go reach back and dig people out and say, don't forget about yourself. You have that strength. It's there.
Well, Collette Smith, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Much success as you're coaching with the New York Jets, the first woman to, you know, to do that, to break that barrier.
Thank you very much.
We're going to be following you for great things. And thanks so much to you out there for joining us. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America, and we'll see you the next time.